Hello, this is Greg and Zach from the National Association of Home Builders. Welcome to the call. We're excited about the competition this year, and we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Carrie Slattery in a moment, but there's several things it looks like in your pod. You can see the other teams who are competing. No, oh, I'm sorry. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll let Carrie take it away, and a big thank you to Concert Homes for being our sponsor. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Carrie Slattery. Diane and I are consultants to NAHB on the competitions. We've been doing this. We retired from teaching construction management at Missouri State University about 4 years ago now. We've been doing this for the last 5 years. So just have a few slides, just really just summarizing some information you already know from the all the information, the problem description, all is posted. Then it's opened up for questions, and you can ask questions if you're on the phone and are able to talk. You can ask them verbally, or usually people just type them into the chat and we'll handle them. We have I think 1 or 2 representatives from Consort Homes on the call, so hopefully I'll refer any of the things to them that we need their expertise on. So as you know, the problem is located in Wentzville, Missouri, which is in St. Charles County. That's a suburb of St. Louis. The builder is Consort Homes, and the problem this year is a 2-story home, has a full concrete basement. So the information on that's in the packet. Realize that I have the associate teams here. I know we also have secondary teams in here, so I'll talk about all those things. So the associate teams do the plan with the 3 bedrooms that are upstairs, and do that complete design, cost it, schedule it, and then they also have to propose an alternate where they add the 4th bedroom on the 2nd floor, which is over the garage. Starting last year, we now have 2 different secondary school competitions, the architecture track and the construction management track. So the architecture teams are doing the same things as associate teams with just the 3 bedrooms, and they don't do the alternate. The construction management track teams get to do the full problem. So the drawings that you have include that 4th bedroom. You estimate and schedule all the full house with the extra bedroom on top. So again, I just put these pictures on here in case we have questions and we might want to refer back to them. So here's the first floor plan everybody has, but do notice, and it's clear in the information, that you will, this is the baseline floor plan, but you're going to do this optional master bath. So all the competitions do the different layout for the master bath. So that's all included in the packet. Here is the 2nd floor plan with that 4th bedroom. So once again, the secondary schools that are just doing the architecture track don't do this. You just have the 3 bedrooms, the 2 bedrooms plus the bonus room on this side. Then the associate will propose this extra bedroom as a alternate, and the construction management track will do the whole problem. Again, this is really nothing new this year in the competition. The associate school teams and the secondary school architecture track do a full set of working drawings. It has to be sufficient to obtain a building permit. We provided you a link this year to the city of Wentzville that shows everything that is required by them. But there's some things that are kind of open-ended you'll have to figure out on your own. Everybody does a detailed material and labor cost estimate. We provided, that we have a little bit different approaches to this for the secondary and for the associate teams. The secondary teams, we gave you a template to fill out just like we did last year, if any of you competed last year. The associate teams. This year for the associate teams, we gave you a kind of a suggested, recommended order in which to do your estimate. It's not required, but it's just easier for the judges if everybody kind of, lines things up in a similar order. So we don't want to, your coaches and all didn't want to restrict you too much on that, but we gave you those, and it'd be good to follow those as much as you can. It should help you too to have that list to work with. Again, everybody does a construction schedule, and we ask you to determine what you think the sales price should be for this house plan. That's not just based on your estimate. Usually people go out and look at some market analysis, look at what similar prices houses are selling for, and look to see if your estimate makes sense. Are you able to make profit on this, or did you way overestimate the cost or way underestimate the cost? So it's kind of just a reality check for everybody. So that concludes a little short summary of the problem. So we're open this for questions. Again, you can type them into the chat screen or just ask them over the phone. Everybody should be familiar with the Google groups. We're the people that answer the questions on that. So we've had a few questions both from the associate schools and the secondary schools, and that'll be available until you turn in your project. So take advantage of that. So the question here is the problem description mentions, including building sections, and asks are there specific building sections the judges would like to see. We leave that up, for you to decide. Look at again, I think what City of Wentzville requires, they don't say that specifically either, but again, the standard is to include the information that you need to obtain your building permit. So, again, if you look at some other typical house plans, will give you some ideas of what types of sections to expect. For the CM competition, we do list some specific sections that we want. So that's included in the problem description for the secondary schools construction management track. A lot of people are typing, so we'll have more questions in a minute. Okay, so Adam Jones' question is, so we need to complete both the optional fourth bedroom and the master bathroom alternate option. Everybody just does the initial problem with the master bathroom alternate. So that's the baseline. So you don't do for your baseline you include the master bathroom alternate. So that's everybody does that. You don't do the standard bathroom on the bottom floor, just with the master. And then the alternate for the associate teams is just that optional fourth bedroom on the second floor. Okay, the permit checklist indicates that an engineering stamp is required from an engineer in Missouri. This is a requirement for our proposal. The only requirement is to determine what the cost of that might be. So you don't have to get an engineer to do that for you, but it is part of your cost estimate. Okay. On two different elevation views, the home looks different. One shows a single gable in the front, the other shows the closet being recessed in the double gable up front. We did this is elevation 4, and we did post an additional sketch a couple weeks into the competition that showed what the second floor plan was for elevation 4. The one that's included in the original things we provided was for the elevation 1. They have several different elevations for this model. So there's a new sketch that's drawing that's shown that shows what that second floor looks like that is consistent with elevation 4, which is the one that we're doing on the problem. So hopefully that it's on the website with all the information. So if you look for that, hopefully that will clear that up. So for the estimate for secondary teams, are we to use the exact estimate template listed on the website, or can we design our own? For secondary teams, we want you to use the template that's given. So you still have place at the bottom for miscellaneous items, things that we didn't include in the whole list. So again, for a couple reasons, mainly just to make it a little easier for the judges. If everybody's estimates laid out the same way, it's easier for everybody it's easier for them to go through it. So. Next question, should the basement be finished or unfinished? Yeah, it's just an unfinished basement. Just, you have to look at the concrete footings, um, things like that. But yeah, no, there's no finishes to the basement. Okay, the question is, how do we access that document? I assume she means the elevation for second floor. I wasn't aware there's a problem. We can look into that. Oh, I guess what you're saying, you can't download it. Maybe it's listed as view only. We'll check that out and see what see why that's different. Oh. Oh, okay. That's okay. You're talking about the Excel document about being view only. I'll check. Yeah, I'll check on that. Yeah, we do want you to have the Excel. Obviously, you'll want to get it into Excel and modify it, add things to it, and all that. So I'll check into that and see if we can straighten that out. Yes, yeah. The basement matches the footprint of the rest of the house. It's not under the garage. It's only under the living space. But yeah, it exactly matches the rest of the footprint. Question is, where should we go to find the Google Groups resource you mentioned? Zach, can you tell them best way for them to access that?
I will send that to Tucker. And if anyone else needs that, I can shoot an email to everyone on here with the link to it if you don't have it. But it also is in the rules and guidelines document. The link should be in there.
Yeah, on the question on any change we made to the alternate estimate for the additional bedroom. So, yeah, you put together your estimate for the baseline house with 3 bedrooms, and then yeah, you go through with that 4th bedroom on the 2nd floor, and you show what is deducted from the original estimate and then what is added. So, yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it should. In fact, the judges, a lot of times people don't do that way. The judges want to see just the deductions and the additions, not an entire new complete estimate.
Tucker, do you mind writing out your email for me? I don't seem to have you in my system. Thank you.
That's a big question. What are some common mistakes that teams make that we should try to avoid? Every year I sit there and listen to what the judges ask questions about, what teams do, and make a very detailed list of those things, but I don't have it available right now. I think, yeah, first one is follow the directions. I mean, even on the Google group, sometimes we get questions that are, I think, in my opinion, are clearly covered by the problem description and the rules and guidelines. So I think that's probably the main one. It was interesting last year. Last year was the first time I noticed it, but a lot of teams didn't understand the window designations. Like a 3050 window is 3 feet 0 inches by 5 feet 0 inches. So a large number of teams thought it was 30 inches by 50 inches. So I'll give you that one. I mean, we spend a lot of time looking at these directions and thinking them over, and we're old professors, and we tried to do that with students, and there's a reason why everything's in there. So look at those carefully. I know, Eric Boswell, you were a judge last year. Do you have any comments?
Floor height seemed to be a pretty big mistake as far as the plate height not matching the estimate and vice versa for first floor and second floor. For example, 9-foot first floor walls or 8-foot, depending on what the elevation called for.
Yeah, we gave them all 8 foot on this one here, so we didn't do any options for that.
So just making sure that matches your stud length and your estimate.
Yeah.
And again, just following the instructions. We had a few kind of deviate from the plans that were given and kind of come up with alternate solutions or options, which I guess is okay, but probably need to be on a different sheet if you're going to go above and beyond and do that. Is that correct statement, Kerry?
Yeah, they really shouldn't go above and beyond. Just provide what's asked for, and we tell the judge not to give out extra credit for doing things that aren't called for. So, but people still will. And we say do not change the floor plan at all. So, because otherwise, everybody's doing a different problem. So. Yeah, something that the judges often ask. When you guys do your drawings, somebody signs off and saying they were checked. Make sure when you do that you really do check them and look through your whole submittal. You guys are, this year we're doing for the associate teams, we're doing electronic submittal this year, which is different. So, but somebody should go through everything and make sure it's all there. So, and one of the things that the judges really talked about last year was making sure that all the different parts of the proposal are consistent. That the estimate and the drawings and the schedule and all are, different people may be doing them, but you have to make sure that they are all based on the same house, the same design. So. Yeah, for the electronic submittal, the 4-year team's been doing this for last 3 or 4 years, and they just submit one big PDF file with everything in it. Yeah, so just one single file. Let's see if this works. So this is this is one of the documents they posted here. Looks like there are 9 secondary teams, 5 in the architecture track, and 4 in the construction management track signed up. So similar to the numbers we had last year. Yeah, good. Some schools are doing have a team doing both competitions. But yeah, for the associate degree teams, it is just one one big PDF file is what we're looking for. And again, this is the first year we've done this, so but I know when we switched to the 4-year teams, there really wasn't any problem that I remember. The question is, problem didn't ask for a basement plan. If that's required to obtain a building permit, you would have to provide it, and you have to estimate it and schedule it. So there is a basement, and yeah, okay.
I'll say yes. A basement plan, not a finished plan, correct?
Say it again, Eric. He's broken up on my end.
I said that would be a basement plan, but not a finished lower level plan.
Correct. Yeah. I'm looking at your drawing. They call it the foundation plan in the consort drawings, but it's it is the basement. So basement and foundation planner, I'd say. This question about architecture and engineering fees requiring the estimate, construction loan, interest paid, building permit fees. I think, Eric, I mean, you guys don't pay a specific architecture fee each time you use the drawings, do you?
No, not for each one. We get them mastered, so I mean, they're the initial cost up front, but not for each. Unless they make a ton of specific changes, it wouldn't be for.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen both ways. I've seen drafting companies that have created it charge the contractor each time that their plan has been used.
But in your case, that's not the case for you for Consort I.
Correct. We own the plan.
Yeah. Okay. And construct. I thought in the problem description, I think we gave you a dollar amount to figure for the construction loan. So we did in past years. I think we did this year. So yeah, there's some nominal interest you pay on a construction loan. I mean, not nominal, but it's I think in the past year we said $1,200, and I thought that's in the one this year. And definitely building permit fees, you need to determine those and include those in your estimate. Yes.
I tried using the St. Charles County website to see if there was a subdivision agreement or covenants that was filed with the recorders, and I found the recorder's website to be kind of difficult to use. Are there subdivision covenants that need to be used for this plan?
Unless you know of something, Eric, I doubt it. I don't think it's ever been an issue in past years.
Okay.
Now, Eric, is there any reason why they would need that?
No, I don't think so. But everything.
No.
Bill said we just have a maximum square footage on the lot restriction, but that's about it. So everything else is approved through the city during initial drawings and all that.
Okay. I don't see anybody else typing. Are there any other questions?
All right, Carrie. It seems that no one else has any other questions. Before everyone goes, I would just like to say, do not forget about the Ivf Scholarship. The deadline to apply for that will be October 31st. You can go to the student chapter page on the .org, NAHB.org, and apply through there. Or if not, just let me know and I can send you an email now with the direct link. But if there is no other questions, guys, thank you very much for joining the meeting. and we will see you in Vegas.
All right.
Yep.